This is too bright for you after Rezz? I just want to get your opinion. What did you think? What did you think?
It's interesting, some design.
Right?
Yeah. Like
going into a portal.
Yeah, kinda. It's very pre-made, sounds like. But
yeah, because it was like, how did they get it to go along with the video? Because the first time I saw it, she didn't have video.
Yeah.
So that was definitely what I was going to ask you. Like, is she just playing the same thing everywhere she goes?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. She sounded like, the one show seemed like
she wasn't improvising.
Video DJing, like VJing.
Yeah, and I feel like that's kind of like what's going on with a lot of artists now more, to where it's like visuals with like really extreme things in the background. Yeah, like, you know, it's like the things standing up and doing all of these things, like reaching into the audience. Like that's becoming like a lot more popular, and I feel like that's like the path that she's on.
Yeah, but it's not a club vibe.
No, it's not a club vibe at all. Honestly, like I think she'd be better at a festival.
Yeah.
This is my first time seeing her indoors, and probably my last, because it really makes a difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that was a cool room.
Yeah, the room was great. Welcome to my
cool.
series where I review different clubs in Paris, because me and my husband, we are out all the time, and you know, as much as I want the type A person in me to die, she just keeps pushing on and always wants to be prepared and know what to expect. And you know, there's so many things going on. I made a list, like these are the things that everyone really wants to know before they go out, and I told my husband, and he was like, this is the perfect list for people who go clubbing, and I agree. And also something that's really interesting in Paris is that it's not only the venue that you go to that's important, but like the sound system and just like the ambiance and all of those things, but it's also the people who organize it. As we go through this series, I'm going to also include people organizing the party, but this weekend it is just a club I've never been to before, and none of my friends have been to, so I was really excited to see it. And we went to Phantom to go see Rezz, and I don't know if you know who Rezz is, but she's this adorable little girl playing really intense, kind of haunted music. I would call it haunted.
Yeah. I like the, I don't know, like the housey.
She's got some oomph to it. She's got some oomph. Yeah, for sure, and that's Will talking in the background. Okay, so I have a list. We're going to talk through the list, and I'm also going to show you some of my favorite moments from the evening. But first, what's really important for me, I don't know if this is important for you, is how do they search you when you walk in? Well, first of all, actually, we bought tickets that required you to be there by a certain time. We had to be there before midnight, even though Rezz wasn't playing until 2. And luckily, the line moved super fast. The thing that took so long, though, was the search. Like, they separate the men and women, which is very typical. And they were searching kind of hard. Like, they were all up on my boobs, which I feel like that's a sign of them searching hard. I don't know what they were like for the men. Do you remember?
It was cool with me. Like, you look at my tobacco bag, and the guy in front of me was searched very hard, but as I was starting to roll the cigarettes, he was feeling like, okay, you can go.
As far as the security, I thought you know, honestly, I do have a bit of an issue with the security in general in Paris. Like, the closer I am to Central, the worse it is. The further I go out, the better. And actually, I was telling you about it when we were leaving, but I guess I'll save that story till the end. I mean, I didn't think the security was anything particularly special. It was exactly what I would expect. They definitely weren't like, you know how some places will be like, oh, I won't let you in, like very, my English is going down, you guys, as I'm learning French. I cannot think of the word right now, but they'll be very selective. That's not what they're doing here, but it's like, I don't know, I don't feel like the security is doing anything to be like, oh, okay, I'm happy you're here. What I do remember, though, from walking in that I thought was so funny was the smoking area. It's outdoors, which is nice because normally it's a room that gives you cancer inside with no ventilation, but it was outside, and it had these gates going around it that made it feel like it was a corral for like some pigs or something. Like, I just thought it was so funny. Like, they couldn't just let people be outside smoking. They're like, no, you have to go in this specific area over here on the other side of this tiny fence, and everyone followed. Like everyone's just trying to get their cigarette, you know.
Because it's a big room as well. It's under Bercy. Bercy is huge.
But what I'm saying is, I don't understand why people couldn't be smoking next to the coat check, the vestiaire.
Because that was on the way. Like they wanted people to go through, just for circulation, so there's no people just standing.
I guess.
And like blocking the way.
Which brings us to the coat check, and it's there were two actually. There was one outside that had a really long line, and then after you were like, oh, I don't want to use this, you go inside, there's another one that had like no line. So I don't know if that was for specific people or whatever, but we just layered up, and because it was indoor, I felt like we didn't necessarily have to dress super warm, because some places we'll go, the doors are open the whole time and it is cold. It wasn't like that. We just wore light jackets and wrapped them around our waists and things like that, because I hate waiting for the line. I think it's such a bummer at the end of the night. So now that we've made it inside, the lights, the sound system, ambiance, all of those things is really important, right? So the lights, I was blinded. Will was really blinded with his light green eyes. Poor thing. I had to give him my sunglasses. So I would definitely bring sunglasses, but it's a great show. It's just like, if you love stimulation with lights, you're gonna really like what's going on here. And I thought the sound was nice. What did you think?
The sound was nice, yeah. Good quality.
Sound was great.
There were like 10 people for the staff, for the sound engineering and the lights.
I think they did great. I would say you 1000% need earplugs. I would say most of the times that you go out, if you're going to the type of places that we're going to, you need earplugs, but this place you need earplugs. I saw so many people covering their ears, and they just looked so sad because they weren't leaving, you know?
They were sad because they had no earplugs.
They were sad because they had no earplugs, and that's what I need to order, some foam squishy earplugs to start handing out to people. And I've been wanting to find earplugs that I can like get coupons or like affiliate codes for and like stick them to the foam earplugs and hand out to people, because it's so sad to see so many people like just end the music, no earplugs. And it could be different things like, oh, you forgot them, but a lot of people don't actually have them. But I haven't been able to find one that I like, and the ones that I use now are like were custom made for my ears, a little bougie. But I need to find some just like regular earplugs that you can order online. The crowd was a bit annoying. I feel like it was 18 and up. What do you think?
Yeah, there was actually everything. There were older people than younger people.
So there was a range of people there, but it wasn't a 21 and up spot. It was the 18 and up, and some of the drunks were a bit annoying. Like, you know,
especially at the end. Like, you could see the people were getting more drunk. And
yeah, towards the end.
Well, fuck, 13 euros a beer.
Hold your horses. Will is very upset about the prices at the bar. But for me, I feel like if you're out, you're going to spend at the bar anyways, or you're not going to spend at the bar. So but the people were really nice. Just at some point, like some of the young people just like could not handle themselves. Would you say your favorite part of the evening were the bathrooms?
The bathroom were actually a great experience.
It was like themed to look like the metro, and I didn't notice it the night of. Will told me about it after we left, and I was like, what are you talking about? And then I saw like in the video that I took, like, oh, you can actually hear it, but they're using the sounds of the metro as if you're in there, but you're just in the toilet of a bar.
Yeah. Like a metro announcement saying, oh, the next metro is gonna be late. And also that's funny because when you enter, like there's a guy doing the circulation, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to wait in line for the next wagon of people leaving the toilets, leaving there.
Did you?
Yeah, pretty much. At some point there were too many people.
Yeah, at some point there were a lot of people to where it was like, I told myself like, I just don't have to pee. Like, I'm not putting myself through that.
So many girls went to the men's toilet. And some boy were like, hey, you don't have to be here, but many people were like, it's fine, just go.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that women should be able to use the men's toilet at some point. If the lines are too long, like, we're all just pissing, you know.
The thing is,
or something else, I don't know. I feel like the last things to mention are about drinking or taking things. So as Will mentioned, because he was very upset about it, the beers are 13 euros. I tried to take a picture of the menu, but It was one of those flashing menus, and by the time I realized I took the picture, it was just a picture of Absolute Vodka or something on it, and I don't have it. But anyways, Will said that was the most he's ever paid for a beer at a bar in Paris. So that's what you're working with. The other prices have to be something relatable. I think a half of a pint was like 6 or 7 euros. So pretty steep. So if you want to take something else so that you're not spending as much money, I would say that I saw a lot of people taking things on the dance floor to where it wasn't like very difficult. But then also in the middle of Rezz's set, at a very heavy moment, flashing lights, like people dancing super hard, I saw security walking through the middle of the crowd with flashlights searching. So you gotta be on your toes. Like the way that they're just like hunting people down here is so fucking intense sometimes. And I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it at all. And the story that I wanted to tell you was, oh, actually I already recorded it. Yeah. So the story that I wanted to tell you about the security, I told Will about it as soon as we left, so I can just show it for you here. I need to tell you what happened. While you're in the bathroom, a guy super drunk on the dance floor throws up. Right? People back away, of course. And then security comes, looks at it, and does nothing. And I'm just like, why the fuck are you here? You know, it's super dark. People can't see what's on the ground. They're just walking around. And this is my problem with the security here in Paris. And it happens very often. Anytime, honestly, we go somewhere inside the city limits, I have a complaint. I'm pretty sure. And it's like, it's some kind of power complex that they have going on here, to where it's just like, ugh, calm the fuck down, you know? And if you're gonna actually help people, then do something about it. One other thing I wanted to say that you missed was that this man had a t-shirt, and it was like, I killed a quest, but all I got was this lousy t-shirt. And then on the back was like the name of a band or something. I thought that was the strangest shirt I've seen in a long time. It was very strange. Like a really long time. That we had a great night. I was very impressed with the organization of Phantom, because, you know, sometimes you buy a ticket for a party, you have no idea who's playing at what time or any of these things. I went to their story the night of, boom, lineup. Unopposed, tagged every person in the lineup, which I really appreciated because I had no idea who was going to be there. I just bought the ticket for Rezz. They also sent an email with the lineup, which I really appreciated. So they were very organized, and the way that we got the tickets was really interesting. Actually, it was they released them at the beginning of the season, and it was basically like you can buy as many tickets as you want, and then you decide which shows you want to use them for, and they already had the dates for the headliners. But when I did that, I don't think they had the other DJs that were going to be performing at the same time as Rezz, and I mean, I didn't really like them, but that's not what I... It was still a good time. It was still a good time. And I would say, like, when you're leaving, maybe this was just us, because I don't know why the fuck we could not call an Uber or a Hitch on a Saturday night, but you might just need to call your car from there and just like wait with the people, because you know it's always so much cheaper to just walk a bit, get away from the crowd, then call the car. No cars would come to get us. They would pretend to come and get us, and then they would cancel, to where it was like it took us 2 hours to go home, and it was an hour of walking in the rain. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to stay tuned for the other videos. I have so many lined up, you guys, because we have been going out. I've been taking my notes. I just haven't sat down and recorded them. So make sure you subscribe, tell your friends, tell anyone who's like super into partying in Paris. And also, I had this idea. Tell me in the comments what you think about it. But how fun would it be if you didn't have to plan where to go out when you come to Paris? Because I would plan it for you based on party organizers that I like, great lineups, great venue spaces, also including food, not super expensive, artsy things that might just be like temporary events. Because, you know, I used to love finding places to dance when I was traveling, but then it was like, it's so much work sometimes. So how nice would it be for me to do it for you? Let me know what you think. See you next time.